Welcome to Ask Ms. ERP. The topic of this video is what to do in ERP Hypercare. Hello everyone, Ms. ERP here. It is sometimes believed that once you go live with your new ERP, everything is done. Nothing could be further from the truth, as go live is really just the start of your ERP journey. For this video, I am going to assume that you had a well-run project and ticked all the boxes on your go-live criteria checklist before proceeding. Please see video number 19 for that list if you need it. I'm also going to assume that the switch has been flipped and there were no immediate showstopper defects that would have required you to back out and return to your old system. Note that the window for backing out is very small. Once the transactions start flowing through the new system, it is better to move forward and deal with the issues as they arise. Full steam ahead. But no matter how well prepared you are for go live, there is an exciting phase just after go live, which I will call hypercare. As part of your initial project plan, you should have decided how long this phase will be, which is very dependent on the complexity of your project. It could be from 2 weeks to 6 months in my experience. It is important to define the length of this phase in advance because you will likely need to keep at least some of your expensive project resources around, so this needs to be budgeted for. You may also want to define some criteria to end the hypercare period, such as X number of tickets outstanding, but this is more difficult to budget for. You also need to have a plan in place to quickly bring decision makers together to be able to deal with any unforeseen issues. This means representatives from the project team, as well as key stakeholders from the business. A daily morning Scrum meeting is a good idea, which could move to weekly as things stabilize. Communication is key here, both with your team and with the impacted users. You'll need to be clear on who's doing what, when you expect it to get done, and how to monitor the status of issues, which may or may not come in through your front lines. Also keep an eye on those key subject matter experts, as they will likely be hit the hardest, and you need to ensure that they don't burn out. I have mentioned this in a few videos, but a must-have for go live is a central location such as an intranet site to post things like how to contact the help desk, training information, announcements, process documentation, a calendar showing ERP events, and whatever else might make sense. If you have communicated well in advance of go live that this site exists as your one-stop shop, you can use it to keep your users and any other stakeholders informed of anything exciting. Your first line of support is your help desk. They need to be ready for day one, with your project team available to help them. If you put some kind of temporary measures in place, like contact Bob with issues, then you will have a tough time reverting to your end-state support model after hypercare is over. Better that you get everyone used to the eventual processes now. You also should have a way to track the number of issues and be able to look for repeat problems. All easier to do if issues are running through a standard help desk system. For planning purposes, you can assume that you are going to get a lot of calls. In fact, I have heard that it can be as much as half of your users calling in on the first day, so staff your help desk accordingly. For one large project that I worked on, our biggest issue was the volume of password reset requests for end users. Not difficult, but when there are many such requests, it can become overwhelming.
IT Help Desk, how can I help you?
The most important part of preparing your help desk is to provide a way for them to quickly route tickets to the appropriate ERP support team. For example, if it is a finance issue, they need to get those tickets into the finance support team queue, or supply chain, or technical, or whatever. I have found that providing the help desk with a list of keywords for them to listen for to help them quickly route tickets is useful. You may have to have a few project team members assist with ticket routing for the first few days. And obviously, someone from those support teams needs to monitor their queues and ensure that the tickets are assigned to individuals to resolve. As part of that assignment, a priority should be assigned. There will likely be some small setup issues or how-tos to deal with, and hopefully you can get those dealt with quickly. A rotating primary point of contact for each team works well and might give those key SMEs a chance to breathe a bit. Keep an eye on things piling up and get other team members to pitch in where necessary. Anything that is stopping business processes from proceeding should be given a high priority to resolve. If the issue is complicated, make sure it is assigned to the right resource with vendor support if necessary. It is unlikely that you tested every possible scenario in your ERP transaction set, so it is probable that something new will come up. Be very careful how you resolve these more complicated issues, as you don't want a fix to break something else. Make sure you test thoroughly before making any changes in production. The first few days post-go-live will be the busiest, but things should settle down. This is the time to review any workarounds that you had in place to see if they are still holding up or if you can possibly get to the root cause issue. Try not to live with workarounds for long, or else they become a standard procedure. Also, do not take shortcuts to solve issues, as you are likely asking for trouble. Doing things right the first time is usually more time and cost effective in the long run. From the tickets coming in, you might get some indication of training that might be needed. Even if you went through a rigorous training program before go live, there will be some folks who missed it, or perhaps some that didn't pay as much attention as they should have. They might just be asking their colleagues, who also might not have the best answers. Putting some basic content on your support intranet site is a good idea. Stakeholder meetings and tickets are a good way to measure how well your hypercare is going. If at all possible, you should find a way to gather end-user feedback more broadly. Having a way to receive improvement suggestions is a great idea, perhaps on your intranet support site. A good area to focus on with specific questions is about reporting and dashboards, to make sure that the users do have what they need. Always look for opportunities to simplify, standardize, and automate. I hope I did not make the hypercare phase sound frightening. It is quite typical to have post-go-live pain. It may not be fun, but it is definitely worth the effort, so stick with it. The end of the hypercare phase is really the official end of your implementation or upgrade project as you transition to ongoing sustainment and continuous improvement. Don't forget to celebrate your achievement. This concludes the What to Do in ERP Hypercare topic. There is a link on Ask Ms. ERP to contact me to ask questions or suggest topics for future videos. Or you can just add comments on any YouTube video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks and see you on the next video.